Hey, this is Dr. Charles Majors, author of the best-selling book, The Cancer Killers, The Cause is the Cure. And if you want to prevent cancer or reverse cancer or any disease, you have to be doing this. One of the number one causes of every disease there is toxicity. Your body's made up of trillions of cells, over 70 trillion cells. I want you to think of every cell of your body as little buckets. And these little buckets will absorb those toxins. And those buckets can only handle a certain amount. And once it's overflowing, that's when your symptoms occur. Toxins get into the cell, they disrupt the cellular structure, they change the environment of the cell, they turn genes on, they turn genes off, they block the ability for oxygen to come into the cell. Then the cell has to revert into only using glucose for energy. And so we have to first be able to make sure we're minimizing the amount of toxins coming in, but we can't avoid that anymore. It's not even possible. We do the best we can. So number one, we have to make sure we're opening up every single elimination channel there is. We're being bombarded every day. If you're going to go through chemotherapy or any conventional treatments, you have to make sure your elimination channels are open. If you're going to go through chemotherapy or anything, you have to make it. I'm going to say it again. You have to make sure these elimination channels are open. Even if you're going to do natural treatments, because one of the hardest, most toxic things on your body are the dead cancer cells. So even if you're killing the cancer cells, I have patients who are in stage 4 and they actually look pretty good. They get into stage 1, they look horrible. Why? Because the liver's toxic, the body's toxic, the body's acidic, the body's very unhealthy in this position. So we're going to talk about opening up every elimination pathway. Before you begin any treatments, conventional or non-conventional, you have to make sure these elimination channels are open. The first one is we got to make sure the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the entire body. We have to make sure we're able to pull out through the skin. We're detoxing through the skin. How do we do that? Sweating, number one. Sweat is pulling out more than even coming through our urine, the colon. A lot of times it's more than even any other organ can do in the body. So sweating is powerful. We do that by increasing exercise. We do that by saunas. We do that by getting as hot as we can and sweating every single day. Make sure those detox channels are open. If you're using tons of lotions and using lots of soaps and different things, you're plugging up these channels. If you're using deodorants all the time, you're plugging up these channels, especially if you're a woman using a metalloestrogen, which is a fake estrogen you're putting it right into your breast. So number one is we got to make sure the skin is ready and open. Number two are the lungs. The lungs are a detox channel that we're breathing in toxins all the time. So breathing and getting the lungs moving. The lungs, think of them, they're muscles. You got to be exercising them and moving them. High intensity, short duration workouts. I teach Max T3, which is one of the most powerful exercising programs in the world, because that's actually getting the heart rate up. The faster and the better your heart rate is moving, the more your lungs are pumping, the more oxygen you're bringing in your body, the more you're flushing out. Also, next is the colon. The colon is a major organ of detoxification. If the colon is blocked up, everything is blocked up. Trust me. You can't detox the liver until the colon is moving. I don't even want to touch the liver until we make sure the colon is clean, the skin is moving, the lungs are going. We want to make sure other organs are functioning, the kidneys are functioning before we even start messing around with the colon. If you go to the liver first, you go to the gallbladder, it needs to push itself out through the colon. If the colon is backed up, you're screwed because it's just going to sit inside of there. When your colon is backed up, you can't metabolize any of these toxins anymore. You can't metabolize hormones. So we got to be detoxing the colon. And I'm going to talk about when I go into liver how we do that, but I like colonics. I like making sure that we're doing coffee enemas on a regular basis. Whether it's somebody doing a lower bowel cleansing and there's different stuff, water, magnesium, increasing water. We got to make sure our bowels are moving once or twice a day, every single day. Also, the kidneys. We got to make sure the kidneys are flushing out, especially when someone's going through treatments. one of the number one things you're going to see, especially depending on what kind of cancer it is, in my case, with my type of cancer, my bones, I was losing so much out of my bones, I had to make sure my kidneys weren't taking a toll. Most patients, their kidneys take a major toll, and they end up going on dialysis. So most people, remember, most people don't die of cancer. They die of all these other side effects that are going on because of all these detox channels are not opened up, and everything just stays inside of them. Even if we did the best job killing it, even if we did the best job naturally killing it, if you can't get rid of the cancer cells that are dead, you're in trouble. So we got to make sure we're pushing through, moving through the colon, the kidneys, the liver. The liver, think of it as your master gland of your body. Think about this. You can't go, seconds without your heart beating, or even minutes. And you can't go with lungs after a while. You can't go with all these other organs. But think about it. It's the liver that helps all of these other organs. So it's the master gland. And that's why for me, it's coffee enemas on a regular basis. Coffee enemas not only stimulate the liver to produce 10,000 times more glutathione as transferase, which helps detox your body, it also helps flush out the colon as well. I like doing liver gallbladder flushes, just straight liver work. There's milk thistles. There's all kinds of herbs that also help and aid in helping the liver out. Also, the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a bunch of vessels. Think about it. It's the garbage trucks of your body. What that means is you have lymph, and you have all of this toxic material, especially when you're going through cancer treatments. You have to be able to flush that out. When your muscles are tight, when there's damage in those muscles and they won't flush out, a lot of people say, well, I'm getting lymphatic drainage, I'm getting lymphatic work. Well, listen, if your spine is out of alignment, if you've lost that curve in your neck, if there's shifting in there, your muscles are going to continue to stay tight. You can do a lymphatic work and massage. It'll temporarily, and I do them every week, it'll temporarily drain it. But you have to also go in and fix the nervous system. Lymphatic work, exercise, again, it goes back to high intensity work, trampolines, mini tramps, moving, jumping, bouncing. We got to get the lymphatics moving every single day. Now, again, if I go through all the channels, and the last one is fat cells. Fat cells hold on to so many more toxins. Think of your fat cell, they're part of your endocrine system. They produce estrogen. They also hold on to all of these different toxins. They hold on to more toxins than even your normal cells. That's why the fatter you are, the more likely you're going to get cancer or any disease. The fatter you are, how about this? The more overweight you are, the more likely you get disease. We know that. One reason is because of the amount of sugar you're bringing into the body. The other reason is it's also because you're not able to bring in as much oxygen. You're not able to detox as fast in there. So you have to look at all of the different channels and make sure all of them are open all the time. Make sure all the channels every single day are open all the way through, no matter what treatment you're going through, whether you're going through natural or whether you're going through conventional treatments. You have to make sure you're detoxing on a regular basis. And once we're done with opening up all the channels and detoxing, I then begin to do cellular detox. That means cleaning out the cells, pulling out of those 75 trillion cells. I'm not going to begin cleaning out the cells until I know all the channels are open. Stay tuned. I'll be back again.